Hello, Covenant family. I am finally able to film a double set. I would take a step back, but I'm at a really busy Love's right now, switching drivers, and I have a little bit of time before my hours come back. But as you can see, I have a double set. It looks so long. Those of you that are trying to get on Estes, do not panic. It is not as scary as it looks. But anyway, I'm going to explain to you how I do my lines. Everyone does it differently. I do it to where my my lines don't get tangled. Haha, Eureka! Let there be light. Okay. I'm going to take my gloves off. It's making my hand feel really weird. I got injured back in 2020 or 2020 or 21. I think it was 20. It was 20. July 31st, 2020. Anyway. And I split my left hand in 3 separate places. I'll show you guys that. My hands are kind of ashy. It's cold out here, and I just washed my hands. So bear with me, and just don't be making no baby powder jokes and stuff like that. Okay, so this is the front end of the lead trailer. This is where your connections are. They're going to be like this on the front of every trailer. It's just sometimes that the pigtail is going to be down here. Sometimes it's higher up, like up there. It just depends, but it's all the same, and they're usually always in the middle. I've never really seen them outside of one of the lines. And then it goes up here like this to the back of the cab. And then the lines go down here, and this is the holder that they go in when they're not being used, okay? So, what I typically do when let's say that I'm dropping the trailer, I take my red line off first, and I'll put it in this holder here, okay? It's going to be in this one. I'll explain why. And then I'll remove my pigtail. I can't do it right now, guys, because I'm going to go, and we got to head out. And then I'm going to stick it in here in one of these holders. It doesn't matter which one. I typically do this one just because it stays in order for me. And then there's the blue one right there. It's back there. Okay. And then I stick it on here. So when I'm removing the lines, I do red first, pigtail, blue. Now, some drivers will tell you it doesn't matter. It's not like it's going to mess the trailer up or anything, or the truck. You don't have to do it in this order. I do it in this order. My trainer taught me to do it this way because if not, your lines are going to get tangled. And if they're tangled and you go to make a turn and it's tight, it will snap off, okay? So he showed me how to do the order from removing them. You red, pigtail, blue, so that you're not crossing over. If I wanted to unhook the blue one, look, I can't even reach it, right? Because I'm reaching over the green one, I'm reaching over the red one. So he showed me how to get these out of the way first and how to set it in the holder so that way they don't get tangled up there either. So which order it goes in. So again, removing them is red into this slot, pigtail up here, and then blue over here, okay? Reason being, excuse me, my voice just cracked. Woo! Reason being for that is if you are connecting, you don't want the red and the green to be in your way, right? Because again, we can't reach. So if you were to connect this one first and then that one and then that one, it's gonna be hard to reach that blue line, okay? So when you're connecting the set, when you're connecting your lines, the blue one's going to be sitting here from when you hung it up, right? When you put it in the holder. So the first one you're going to grab is the blue one. So when you're coming to connect, it's blue, pigtail, red. Okay? Blue, pigtail, red. because the blue is in the back. So you're going to hook blue, pigtail, red. I know it seems confusing. It's really not, guys. Okay, it's really not. I promise. You guys need help, just send me a message. You can always go back and look at this video before you start connecting. So here is the fifth wheel plate underneath the trailer because we're already connected. So that right there is the fifth wheel arm with the little paper on there, right? You're gonna pull that to release your arm when you're dropping your load, okay? Another thing, see, this is the bottom of the trailer, right? That's the fifth wheel plate. There cannot, I repeat, there cannot be a gap underneath there. In between here, there's no gap, okay? Because if there is, that means you are not connected properly. You will drop your trailer. Guaranteed, you will drop your trailer. So, let's not do that, shall we? All right. Now, under here, I don't know if you guys can see that. Ow. Okay, see that little thing that looks like a stick or a pole in between the valley? Right there. Okay, the one that's going vertical, up and down. Okay, that's your kingpin. Every trailer has one of those underneath it, okay? And then the arm going across, that's going horizontal, left and right, like this, that is the fifth wheel arm lock. It's that handle I showed you earlier with the white paper. That is what releases the kingpin. Okay, so when you pull that horizontal bar will go away. Okay, it'll tuck underneath and hide kind of somewhat sideways inside the fifth wheel. Okay, and then you'll be able to disconnect. Now, when it comes to, ow, son of a gun. When it comes to pulling doubles, see the landing gear, right? You see this empty space? And then it's the drive tires with the mud flaps and all that good stuff, right? Okay. So you want to make sure that there's a good amount of gap right here. And how you obtain that is by sliding the fifth wheel along this train track looking bar thing here. Okay, you can see some of the old marks of where it used to sit. Okay, if your fifth wheel plate is connected way up there to the start of those airlines, you're going to tear your mud flaps off because it'll move your landing gear closer this way. And when you go to make a turn, these mud flap bars will get caught on your landing gear and you'll rip the whole bar right off, okay? So you need to slide your fifth wheel as far back as it'll go on your tractor to give you this space when you're hauling doubles, okay? You will be taught all that, sliding fifth wheels and all that when you're in school. So skirts, I don't know if I talked to you guys about skirts when we were doing the other post-trip video that I had posted, excuse me, on the other page, on the Covenant page. This is my Wildcats page, and I just remembered that I messed up on my intro. I was supposed to say, hello, Wildcats. I'm still getting the hang of this, guys. So some of these videos might say Covenant family. The other ones will say Wildcats. Let me get my brain together. So anyway, underneath the skirts, you see those skirts and those things that look like bars or like teeth. They kind of look like teeth a little bit. Okay, those is what holds the skirt in place, and it's connected to the bottom of the frame. Here's the one that's closest to me. So here's the skirt lip. the thing that's connecting it all the way down, and then you have the skirt, okay? So what I typically do to make sure that the skirt is connected, I give it a little light, tap, kick with my feet, right? It's to make sure that it's not going to be super wobbly to where it feels like it's flimsy and it's just going to fall off, right? You do that because that's also part of your pre-trip and your post-trip. And the purpose of skirts is so when you're driving or hauling your trailers or whatever, the wind doesn't go underneath your trailer and lift your trailer. So wind is pretty tricky, okay? Wind is tricky. So it's not just that, it's debris, cars. When Fast and the Furious started coming out, I'm just kidding. These things I'm sure were created before Fast and the Furious series came out. But it's so that I know that Fast and the Furious cars, it showed in the first one, it showed cars going underneath the trucks, right? Underneath the trailer, getting from one side of the lane to the other. You wouldn't make it anyway because of how low your trailer frame is, okay? But not all trailers are designed like this, okay? They do have some different ones, so they're all different, right? But the skirt is mainly for debris and for the wind. It blocks the wind from going under, it breaks the wind from going underneath the trailer, okay? But Covenant has shutdowns anyway that if you're light loaded or you're empty, if it's super windy, they will shut you down. So you don't have to worry about that, but there are times to where you will be rolling through. So just go slowly and be careful, just pay attention, make sure you're not going too fast, thinking, oh, the truck is heavy. And the next thing you know, you're on your side. So I don't wish that on anybody, but it happens. I have to tell the truth, right? Okay, so this is the end of our first trailer. This also has pigtail. These are the little spoons that close off the lines when there's no trailer connected to it, okay? So it see how these are here right now? That's why the spoons are off. But if these were gone, you would need the spoons to hold the air from coming out. Well, mainly the red one. So you'll see some that is just a spoon that's clasping the red one. But, yeah, so just know that that's what the spoon is for. Okay, so here are your lines for Estes and Covenant for the partnership. Covenant does not hook our sets, okay? We do not hook our sets. Estes is to hook them for us. Your chains, make sure that they are crossed, okay? They're supposed to be crossed over each other. This is in case the trailer breaks away from the dolly or something like that. The chain reinforces to keep it somewhat connected. And trust me, if it disconnects from here, which they hardly do, unless something's wrong with the your air brake system. This is connected to your air brake system. So when you have the red line pulled in the truck, the tractor, the red button, this will release, okay? If you don't have the red button pulled out in the truck, and let's say that you're driving or whatever, and your red line goes out, it snaps, it's got a leak or something like that, this should not release, okay? Because the air is leaking somewhere. But it's times to where it'll break or whichever, and then this will unlock itself, and then there goes your dolly, bye-bye, right? I've never had it happen, so I'm not saying that it will or whatever, but again, I have to be real, and all things are possible, right? We live in a world where things are unpredictable. So, here's a handle to handle the dollies, and I'm explaining that to you because I was not aware that that handle was there. When I first started Estes, I tried to connect my set. And yes, I have knowledge, book knowledge of how to do it, but when you're doing it in real life, it doesn't always turn out that way, okay? So the point is, I was too far away from the dolly and the back of my lead trailer when I was trying to connect, and I was holding on to it up here, okay? I had so much space that the dolly started to free roll, meaning it was gaining too much speed, right? So I didn't want it to crash into the back of the trailer. And I was getting nervous and I was getting scared and I wasn't thinking, and I slid my hand in front of the donut piece, right? It wasn't connected, so it was in front of the donut piece, and I'm trying to use my hand to push it back so that it wasn't going to continue. But these things are 2,000 pounds, okay? They're 2,000 pounds. So that's where I messed up, thinking that my little left arm had some kind of, Superman powers, and I was going to push it back the other direction, and it was going to be super simple and piece of cake, right? Wrong. So what happens? I have my hand in the middle of this donut, and it smashes right into the back of the lead trailer. So here, again, my hands are ashy. Here's a hole right here, and I literally could see inside my hand, you guys. Like, I could see deep inside my hand, and this scar extends down here. Okay, that's where it stops. When they sewed it together, there was no skin here. There was no meat. Just open hole. So he had to bring the skin from here and sew it and connect it to the top of my palm, right? Okay. I also have a scar here. It split my hand open, just tore it right open. So that's a scar. Okay. And then you can't really see this one. This one is super small, but that scar from there up to here. Okay. And I had my other wedding rings on, and it literally split and broke that ring in half off my finger. The only one that survived was this one that I wear on my right hand now because we got our new set. Sorry, sidebar note. That's my new set. But anyway, it literally broke my rings in half. Okay. So I ended up tossing those, but scar here, and scar here. Took 27 stitches. I got amboed out to the hospital immediately. And a few other drivers have gotten hurt, and Covenant said absolutely not, no more. None of our drivers are connecting. You guys need to hook our sets, and that's what it is. So in order to keep the partnership and everything, but I mean, I'm sure there were other underlying things. I don't want to make it seem like Covenant is just like, some big type boss, and but when things need to get done, they get it done. Okay. So here's the front end of our rear trailer, right? And that's connected from here to the dolly, and from the dolly to the second trailer, okay? So the rear of your first trailer to the dolly, then from the dolly to the rear trailer, okay? It's not connected from the rear trailer to the lead. It's not connected from the rear of your lead trailer to the front of your rear trailer, okay? It's connected through the dolly. The dolly has 2 pigtail lines, and the dolly has 4 air lines, okay? 2 red and 2 blue. And you can see that in here, okay? In here, I lied. Right there. There are your pigtails. See, 1 green, 2 green. And then your lines for your hoses are connected there. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So it's connected through the dolly. What I didn't talk about was your tandems. On double sets, you only have 4 tires. You have 2 on the left side, 2 on the right side, right? Absolutely. So these trailers are different. You do not slide. There's no bar to slide tandems on these double set trailers, okay? So you've got your drives in the front, which is holding up the front end of your trailer. You've got these, which is your tandems, 2 on each side. And then you have your dolly trailers that have 2 on each side as well, okay? And there's the dolly's 5th wheel plate. and they also have a release arm and all that. The dolly is designed just like the back of your tractor. Your dolly is designed just like your drive tires, okay? And then there's the lights, you know, because sometimes there are trucks that pull just a lead trailer and a dolly behind them. Some of the drivers that are owner operators and things, they haul their own dolly, so they take it with them for whatever load they have. This also has mud flaps. Any tires need mud flaps, especially if they're going to be exposed by themselves, okay? So then here we are at the second trailer. And this also has a skirt. You're going to want to make sure that it's secure. Do the same kick. Here we are at the rear trailer. 2 tires, right? 1, 2. 2 tires. So it has the same amount of axles as if you were hauling a 53. Crazy, right? I know it sounds crazy. Because how can it be the same, but it's super long, right? Okay, and then here are those knives or those spoons I was talking about to clasp off the lines, okay? So here's the red line, here's the blue line, and there's nothing back here. This would be here if there was another trailer because, you know, it's doubles and triples. And then, of course, the other side looks the same, you know, as the other side. So like I said, it's super long. Our rear trailer is hazmat. So I will be taking a hazmat route because when you are placarded, you need to be on a hazmat route. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot be caught with placarded hazmat and not be on a hazmat route, period. Okay? So there we have it, guys. This video is getting a bit long, but I say for everything I talked about, 30 minutes should seem about right. I want you guys to be careful out there. It's cold. It's slick. It's icy. So just be careful. But so far, guys, that's what I got. That is my pre-trip. My voice cracked again. That is my pre-trip and my showing you of connections and the dolly and all that other stuff. Oh, speaking of dolly, let me go here again one more time and then I gotta get going. I'm sure my time is back. It's been 30 minutes. Okay, so see this number here? From my Wildcat people. You are going to need that number, okay? I'm not gonna show the last 2 numbers, but it's a 6 series number, okay? So I got 2 numbers behind my gloves, right? So it's a 6 series number that you're going to need when you are giving your information to Covenant. You will need that. That's how Estes dispatches you. That's how they're able to tell the that's how they're able to tell in the system when you've been dispatched or not. And then your trailer numbers are up at the top. I will not show those to you. You guys don't need to know what trailers I'm hauling. It's a safety thing. That's why I never go live on YouTube. Never go live. Because you don't want to be live and then people are watching your channel from wherever they are, and they just so happen to be in that city, state, and they're bored and have nothing to do, right? So let's not do that, guys. Oh, this is gonna be bright. Let me turn this off. Okay, so it's so cold out there. What was I saying? Yeah, so don't ever go live. If you guys ever plan on doing YouTube videos, doing your journey and all that other stuff, don't ever do that. You don't want to give too much information, even at truck stops. You don't want to give too much information because there are some trucks that are sitting there because they're waiting to get a load or whatever. I don't know. My brain is going wild on imagination type stuff, and you just never know. It's hard to trust people nowadays, and I hate to say that because there's a time that we need each other, kind of. So it's like, how do I know that this is real, it's not a scam, and that it just sucks. So you never know who's sitting and lurking at truck stops just waiting for an opportunity to call up a buddy, you know, and say, oh, there's these two chicks and they're at this truck stop and they're headed this direction, you know, go cut them off somewhere. And you just never know. So trying to think of what else. I think that's it. All I got for you guys. I'm gonna have to get going here soon so that I can make my run. So that I can make my run and I can go home. On the dedicated lanes, I have random trailers. So that's what I was saying last time, that for this account, it's random. We mostly pull 53s, but occasionally they'll toss us a double set and we'll, you know, take it wherever it needs to go, which for dedicated engineered, it goes to the same place each time. You go from one place to another, and then from that place back to where you started. So that's how that works. And I remember telling you guys in the first video, I'll explain why I was walking. So I parked my car at one of the truck stops, and I was walking from that truck stop to where my co-driver in the truck was. So it's not far. It's only like a 5-minute thing, and it's a 5-minute walk, and so that's why I was filming right there. I'm gonna be going. I was trying to let them know that I'm gonna be leaving. I'm gonna be leaving. Okay, I was getting out of their way. Anyway, okay, so yeah, so I parked my truck, my personal vehicle, at a truck stop, and then I was walking from that truck stop to the truck and my co-driver for me to get started on my run. So our run is a little bit different than most. That's why it's called engineered. It was structured to fit like what we needed. Now they can't do it for every single person for them to have a specific like, oh, perfect lane. And to be honest, our lane still isn't perfect. We still have to travel like a certain distance from our home to get the load and all that stuff to start out. So it's not perfect, and I wish it were. And it's about to get a little bit more not inconvenient, but we have to do a little bit extra in order to make the lane work. So the lane always comes first, the customer, the company, and even though they care about us and everything too, it's what I mean by that is sometimes there's small things that we have to sacrifice, that we have to do. Like they're not going to change our route to go up to where we live so that way it's easy for us. Like we have to like travel a little bit to get to where we need to go for our loads. So it's engineered because it's more tailored towards what fits us or what we need in order to make the lane work. So once you get in this and you've been doing it for a while, then you'll start to see the things, like how it works. You'll see how the industry works, the do's, the don'ts, the can'ts, the won'ts, and all that good stuff. So just keep that in mind, guys. And if I have anything else, I will definitely let you guys know. And yeah, I guess that is the conclusion of this video. Until next time, guys. Bye.